Good morning, students. Today I'm going to explain you your lesson number 10, the Evergreens part 2. In our previous class, we have already come across lesson number 9, the Evergreen part 1, in which we have learned that a pretty bird who was very proud of her beautiful wings, and she laughed at the ugly mouse when the bird tried to show off her wings. She dashed against a chimney and broke one of her wings. When the winter days came, she could not fly to the warm south along with other birds. She went to the oak tree and the willow tree asking for shelter. But they did not allow the bird to stay on their branches. Now, in this lesson, we shall study what happens to the little bird. Okay? As the little bird hopped along the ground, she said, "What shall I do now? If I do not move to the warm lands, I shall die of cold." Now, the little bird is very much worried because it is so cold out there, and if she do not move to the warm lands, she could die. Just then, she saw the mouse at whom she had laughed before. Now, at that time, the same little mouse whom she loved before, that mouse came across. The mouse was watching her from a mound. Mound means hillock or elevated land. Around the corner, he said, "My dear little bird, God always punishes those who are proud." So saying, he went away. So the little mouse who was watching the little bird from the mound, he said, "Dear bird, God always punishes those who are proud." After saying that, he went away. The poor bird was now ashamed. Ashamed means very sorry that she had laughed at the mouse and called him ugly. She was also sorry for being proud. She asked God to forgive her for her pride. She heard a voice from the wood saying, "Little bird, I forgive you for your pride. Go and find the pine tree and it will help you." Now, the poor little bird is very much sorry for being rude and being very proud about her beautiful wings. And she asked forgiveness from the God. Just then, a voice from the wood means forest, said, "Little bird, I will forgive you, but you have to go and find the pine tree." The little bird found the pine tree and told her story to it. "Don't worry, just hop into my branches and rest," said the tree. At last, the little bird found the pine tree, and the pine tree was very kind. He said, "Just hop." Hop means jump into my branches and rest. The kind fir tree too, who stood nearby, heard the story and whispered. Whispered means to speak very quietly, slowly. Okay? And when the pine tree asked him, the bird, to hop into his branches and rest, the fir tree, who was also nearby, heard the story and said in a quiet voice, "I will shelter you from the winter's blast." The fir tree's friend, the juniper, also called out, "Little bird, eat my berries when you are hungry." And when the fir tree said to the little bird to stay in her tree, the fir tree was also nearby. The juniper tree was also nearby, and juniper tree said, "Oh little bird, you can eat my berries." Berries, fruits, okay, when you are hungry. The next day, King Winter sent the north wind through the wood to shake off the leaves from the trees. Let the pine, the fir, and the juniper tree keep their dresses of green, said King Winter, for they were kind to the little bird with the broken wing. That is why there are evergreens. Evergreens means a plant that retains green leaves throughout the year. In the world, the most popular being the pine, the fir, and the juniper trees. Now, the next day, King Winter here, King of cold, winter days, you can see that most of the trees, plants, they shed their leaves, they don't have leaves on the trees. So send the north wind to shake off all the leaves from all the trees, but he ordered north wind to keep pine tree, the fir tree, and the juniper trees their dresses green. Dresses green means to keep their leaves as it is, not to shake their leaves. Okay, why? Because they were kind to the little bird. Okay, that they, because they have sheltered, they sheltered the little bird and gave their berries to eat, right? So they were very kind. That's why there are evergreens in the world, the most popular being the pine, the fir, and the juniper tree. That means during the winter you can see most of the trees they shed their leaves, but the trees like pine tree, the fir tree, and juniper trees, they always remain evergreen. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed the lesson. What did we learn from this lesson? Number one, that we should not be proud of our beauty or anything. Okay. Number two, we should be very kind to others, like which trees? Remember, students? The fir tree, okay, the juniper tree, and the pine tree, right? So here are the word meanings. Mound, which means hillock or elevated land. Ashamed means sorry. Whisper means to speak very quietly. Evergreen, a plant that retains green leaves throughout the year. So this much for today. So see you in the next class. Bye bye.